À Marrakech, par exemple, il y a quoi? On vend plein de choses.
Welcome to the last video in the restoration series of the Philips A5X83A, if I'm not mistaken. The fully tube-based Philips tuner from the 1950s. And yeah, it's been a long journey, much longer than I thought it would be, but hey, that seems to be a common theme in this hobby. So the only thing I've got left to do is to put the chassis back into the cabinet, and then the project is basically done, and then I can also give you a short demo of how it's now performing. So first step obviously is getting the tuner back out of my bracket. Oh, that was close. Luckily it's not that heavy. Okay, let me clean up everything here, get the cabinet so that we can get it inside the cabinet again. Okay, so here we've got the cabinet that cost me, I don't know, a couple of weeks of my life. Okay, so I've got the cabinet here. I put a bit of protection here on my work desk because yeah, it took me such a long time to get this cabinet perfect like I wanted to, and I'm not gonna scratch it now. If you've seen the series, you know how much I've struggled to get this cabinet right. So I think if I just put it on top, put it on its head, I think I should be able to put in the cabinet like this, or the chassis into the cabinet like this. You just have to pay attention here with the magic eye that I'm not damaging the magic eye, but I think it should slide in like this. Yeah, quite easy. There we have it. Now it's just a matter of lining up the holes and putting in the bolts. And the bolts have also been cleaned and polished, so they are nice and shiny, as they should be. Okay, so the next step is here the cover plate, and the bottom also has been cleaned up. Here there is a bit of oxidation, which obviously damaged the metal foil, so I can't do anything about that. Here there was one of those legs, I don't know if you remember, but one of these feet here was broken, so this has been glued as well, so that's basically done. And it just slides in like this, and I have 4 screws here, here 2 screws, and here 2 screws, and here 2 bolts. Now I only have 1 bolt, the other one is missing, so I might just try to find, I just need to find a similar bolt at some point, but for now this will work. And so then we have here 4 screws left. There were also a couple of those that were missing. I have 2 ones over here in the feet. So you have the screw on top, And then there is a washer here on the bottom side, which goes like this. Alright, and then we have 2 screws over here. From those there is also one missing. So I only have one, very small one. I should also just check if I have another one that can fit in there. Yeah, this one will put it over here, because I have a screw missing over there and one over there. If I would put both on that side, then obviously this side is loose. So we'll just use this one on this side. That's done. And here is another screw missing. I don't know what should be in here. So we have 2 screws and a bolt missing. I should just check if I can find something that threads in here. And if not, I visit radio fairs from time to time, and they often have yeah, stacks of used screws and things like this. I will find some. Maybe not today, but one day I will find some. All right, let's flip it over. Then we only have the back panel left, and this is the last shot we will see of the nice and shiny interior. Now, it's quite funny that you have a really great access to the underside with this tuner if you take off this bottom plate, but on top, it's impossible to get in there. Even changing some of the tubes in the back is nearly impossible. So yeah, it's an interesting design. Okay, so this goes like that, quite simple. And then we have these typical Phillips flathead screws, which hold the back plate or the back cover. And I also think I'm short of one of those, but that's not a big deal because they are used on lots of different Philips radios, and I can easily find some. I think I have some laying around as well. I need to check. But as you see, they have also been cleaned and polished, so they are nice and shiny. And obviously the back side has also been cleaned, and that one is looking really good. It's pretty perfect, basically. And yeah, as you see, I have only one left and there are 2 still to go. So I'll put that one over there. And that one I will fix it later. Alright, let's see what we got here. Look at that. Isn't she a beauty? I don't know, I really like this design. This is something else than the normal tube radios, and it doesn't look old at all. Or I don't know, it looks old, but it doesn't look ugly old. I don't know how to explain. It really looks vintage. Yeah, really great. See, don't you think that looks fantastic? Also, the dial glass or the plastic came out amazingly good, and it almost looks like new. And the cabinet, yeah, after so much work, I'm really happy how it turned out. Okay, we have a small issue here. See, look at the magic eye. If I turn on the tuner, my magic eye is just completely closed. See, it doesn't really matter on which band I am or anything. Magic eye is just fully closed. So Maybe I shorted something inside when closing the cabinet. Let me just double check. I have now simply just turned the tuner on its head and the Magic Eye is back to normal. Yeah, okay. What? Look at this. Watch the Magic Eye. Yeah, I think we got a short somewhere. See? Okay, I think we have to figure out what is happening here. Yeah. I think we got simply a short somewhere between, yeah, somewhere of the Magic Eye and the chassis. So I'm afraid I'll have to open it up again. Okay, so see, we have an issue here at the socket of the Magic Eye. See? So it's typical that this only shows up after you've completely put the chassis back in the cabinet, right? So let me have a look at this. Probably it's some bad connection over here or some two leads touching. Let me check. Okay, so I think it's the socket, the tube socket. Maybe some pins are not making contact here. So I cleaned it with the contact cleaner, now letting it work in. And I tried cleaning the holes of the socket here as much as possible. Now I only have to, yeah, clean off the contact cleaner. That should be fine. Now we're gonna let it dry and then we're gonna put the socket back and see if it helps. Okay, let's see if this fixed the problem. It seems like it fixed it. See, I don't, no matter how much I wiggle, it stays open now, it doesn't close anymore. So yeah, I do believe that probably one of the pins didn't make good contact in the socket, so cleaning the socket fixed that, I hope. Yeah, I think so. Now obviously, yeah, this means I need to completely put the chassis in the cabinet again. Let me do that. Obviously I'm not gonna film it anymore because you've already seen it, so okay, here we are again. Seems I have fixed the issue. Yeah, and it's time to give you a demo on, let's start on AM. And the reason why this is interesting compared to the last video is because in the meantime, today, I installed a mini whip antenna here in the garden. And I have it turned on and connected to the tuner right now. And since this is a great AM receiver, I hope we can pick quite a bit of stations compared to the last time and compared to the other radios that I restored. You see over here in the back is the power supply for the mini whip. So let's see what we get. A couple of non-directional beacons from some of the airports here in the neighborhood. Now I did turn the microphone towards the speaker, so if you don't hear me that well, that's why.
wspieramy przez Fundację na Rzecz Nauki Polskiej, opowiada Krzysztof Michalski w poniedziałki o 19:30.
Now I do think that this is Radio Poland. Yeah, the reception is quite bad, but honestly this is the first time I think I'm picking this up, so the fact that I'm getting it is already quite impressive. And yeah, it's in the evening here right now, so yeah, the sky waves are coming in, but still, this is already impressive.
And it took a second to realize it was coming from me. I wasn't even going to say yes to judging that stupid show after last. I'd been worried, thinking I was getting blackmailed, that someone had discovered the money missing. This prize money could fix everything.
Yeah, this is BBC Radio 4 from Droitwich, so that transmitter is almost 550 kilometers away from me right now, so that's coming in really clearly.
I'll find a way of getting that money back into the account. Maybe then, with nothing to hide, I could make a play for my old job. I could get my old life back.
And you can also clearly hear the difference with the without the bandwidth switch. If you want to know more about the bandwidth switch and you haven't seen the video about me talking about it, I'll link it above.
Cronin. It was produced in Belfast by Michael Shannon. And the story continues here at the same time.
Yeah, I am changing the volume here with the amplifier, right? You can't see it on the screen, but I have a separate amplifier, obviously, because this is only a tuner. And so if you hear the volume going up and down while I'm talking, that's because I'm changing the volume on the amp.
New series of Add to Playlist.
And now we're officially award-winning.
The winner is Add to Playlist.
This is Radio Algeria.
La antena Satelor. De la această oră întrerupem emisia pe frecvențele de unde medii. Până mâine dimineață la ora 6 ne puteți asculta pe frecvența de unde lungi de 153 de kHz și pe antena Satelor.
Okay, let's go to medium wave.
Otthon a világban. 21 óra, jó estét kívánok! A hírszerkesztő Madarás Zsolt nevében is Néveri Igor vagyok. Folyamatosan dolgoznak a tűzoltók tegnapi szélvihar okozta károk felszámolásán. A katasztrófavédelem...
Really, the sound quality here on AM in this tuner and this antenna is just simply amazing.
Kidőlt fákhoz, leszakadt vezetékekhez és megbontott tetőkhöz riasztották őket, de volt, ahol egy támfalat döntött ki a szél.
On 648 AM, on your smart speaker, and on DAB. This is Radio Caroline. Sunday es ficcionale de semana. Alex Lamb.
Radio Caroline.
The shortest said in a British PM said a powerful establishment had blocked her plans and that she hadn't been given a realistic chance to implement tax cuts to drive growth.
Son las 9 y casi 2 minutos de la noche. Sigue por aquí Sauca y se incorpora Julio Salinas. Hola Salinas, ¿qué tal? Buenas noches.
Muy buenas noches.
No sé si después de la semana...
de primă intervenție și comandă și transportate către București.
No sé si después de la semana...
Tirándose los...
She believes it was being used to...
Es alucinante.
A very strong guy. You know, he didn't always pull on that ball frame for fun. And I have three brothers. One played football as well, and one was a track and field person, and the other did martial arts. So there was.
I don't know which station this is, but I doubt if I've ever seen an AM station come in this strong.
The story, did you score like 16 goals in one game when you were a kid?
Yeah, and under 10 in my local, it was a small town of about 4,000 people there
Детей вывезены в Россию. Россия и Иран разрабатывают планы по организации работы на российской территории предприятия по производству около 6 тысяч беспилотников иранской разработки, подобных тем,
Drogurile de mare risc erau preluate din Malta și Belgia. Pentru a fi transportate, traficanții cumpărau autovehicule atât în nume propriu, cât și pe numele rudelor lor. Mașinile erau introduse în serviciuri auto, de regulă în străinătate, unde
Situation générale et évolution. Anticyclone 1047 hectopascales sur le sud des îles britanniques, se décalant lentement vers l'est.
Alright, that was already quite impressive. Let's go to shortwave 1.
A fait ces remarques lors d'une réunion avec les tenants du
La Libye n'a pas réussi à organiser des élections générales en décembre 2021 comme prévu. Accord entre les parties libyennes sur les lois électorales et aucune issue ne se profile à l'horizon selon Ziad Jabbar, politologue.
Le problème qui se pose aujourd'hui, c'est que tant qu'il n'y aura pas d'accord au Libyen, la situation en Libye ne pourra même pas durer, il n'y aura pas d'élections et...
Musical Los Angeles later for the 65th Grand Prix.
Now it's time for Stories from the Bible in Contemporary English. Today's story begins with the Lord once again appearing to Abram. Abram was 99 years old, and God once again told Abram that if Abram would obey him and always do right, that he would keep his promise and give him more descendants than anyone could count.
Subiendo Andreas Christensen, replegado el Sevilla que marca.
Nous allons décoller avec un album qui...
Huevo Acuña, los tres en el centro del campo.
Just gonna go a bit faster because there are so many stations here that I can now pick up that this could take a while.
4号是北京冬奥会和冬残奥会成功举办1周日子，在2月1号举行的北京
gazelor naturale, industria oțelului și a cimentului, agricultura sustenabilă reprezintă prioritate pentru Egipt. La forumul româno-egiptean al oamenilor de afaceri au fost semnate o serie de acorduri bilaterale în domenii precum transportul gazelor naturale, tineret și sport, știință și tehnologie.
La posta decadenza della lingvo estis unu el la modaj kulturaj oferoj al socia moderniko. Mistero por esploro. Gong renkontis tiun ĉi skriban lingvon en 1982 dum
We call it the second largest city, but the second largest city calls us the third largest city. Finished my middle school. I moved to Bogota.
Still a bit of a bad contact from time to time on the bandwidth switch, and sometimes, yeah, I've already cleaned it 2 or 3 times, but still, see, sometimes it gives a bad contact, but okay.
This is very, very different from any other country. We have a lot of climates, different foods, fruits, and scenery is just breathtaking. It's really, really interesting to visit if you ever have.
You've been in China for more than 20 years, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, it's going to be 20.
Manifestación de los inviernos duros.
遗产都有文化和人才遗产，这些都是贵的财富。1年前，北京冬奥会落下帷幕，中国不仅为世界奉献了一场简约、安全、精彩的奥运。
At least I know someone else from Colombia. She's one of my daughter's first grade teachers here in Beijing.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm just really excited. Yay! I'm really getting around now, getting to know more people. Is it like, are there a lot of other people from South America living in China?
Well, in Dongguan.
I have noticed that there is quite a lot of Chinese propaganda on the shortwave band. There are some Chinese stations that are broadcasting from the eastern of Europe that are basically repeaters, I think, from some international Chinese stations, and they are just, it's basically Chinese music and propaganda, I think.
I know the supply chain that comes with making shoes. So back in the early 2000s, you could find 1,000 Brazilian people in Dongguan. Obviously, Colombians.
Towards development, not constant collapses. He reminded them that future generations will either venerate their names or cancel their memory based on what they do now. Addressing the president with the words, "In the name of God, in whom so many people..." Un grupo de gitanos que estaban programados. El niño fue postergado. Las oficinas de
Visuals premiered July 3rd on YouTube and has over...
Ответить. Первоначально на печати вырезались только имя. Со временем появилась потребность в большем количестве оттисков с иероглифов и изображений. Для этого текст вырезали на больших деревянных досках или каменных плитах и отпечатывали его на...
gibi milletimizin
Okay, shortwave 2. I think there are less stations on shortwave 2.
En el 8 de la primera.
See, yeah, this is the 120 meters. There are no stations to be expected here. 90 meters.
Schön. Genau. Und wenn ich wegen eines Albtraumes aufgewacht bin, kann ich sagen, 무서운 꿈을 꿨어요. Ich hatte einen bösen Traum. So, dann kommt jetzt ein Lied von Billy. Everybody has got a secret.
Yep, that's basically it for AM. Oh, we have another one. So, yeah, as you can hear, quite impressive, right? And for FM, I have my FM dipole connected. Let's just do a quick scan. Because yeah, reception is also really good, and we got a lot of FM stations here, so.
En de Wolf met Warrior in de topparades.
They say that I'm a warrior.
We blijven in waanzinnig goede nieuwe Nederlandse muziek. De naam is Nonchalance. Dit is Op zoek naar gevoel.
Raise his voice, you lower yours. They say that I'm a warrior. So what you say about me? En ik zal je vinden. Dus je... Dans le bras.
Et avoir aussi...
Tu vaux quelque chose, tu es utile, mais pour ça tu dois quitter ta famille. Alors soit on vous propose dans les meilleurs des cas de...
Sometimes I love you. It's quite alright. I need to take me into one.
Peut-être dans les transferts entrants, on peut mettre Ohio. Ohio qui a pas, quasiment pas joué toute la première partie de saison. Et hier, il est bon. Moi, j'ai trouvé que c'était le meilleur standardman.
As usual, football.
Il joue tout seul devant.
À chaque fois qu'il est rentré, il a été bon.
Il sait faire le pressing, il va chercher la profondeur, il a du gabarit, il se bat. Il est imposant.
Een perpetuum mobile van Simon Jeffries van het Penguin Cafe Orchestra aan de slag gehouden door Antoni Roumaniuk, zoals hij dat op zondag 12 februari ongetwijfeld ook live gaat doen in Flagey, wanneer hij daar deze plaat voorstelt, Perpetuum, uit op het Alpha-label en ook opgenomen in Flagey. Bassist Anders.
This really sounds great.
Lena.
When love is forever gone and disappear.
See, and now you also nicely hear the muting circuit of the radio. So when you are in between stations, it mutes the sound, and when you are tuned into a station, again, it higher the volume, so it unmutes the volume, so that you don't get this loud noise blazing through when you don't have good reception. See.
Ist Adnan Janaway mit dem
See, so now it's muting the sound, and then when you go into the station.
vom FC Sevilla.
See, here you can also clearly notice it.
Le mercato calme du Standard.
All right. Okay, so that's it for this tuner. It's been quite a journey, honestly. The cabinet took a lot of time, and the work inside was still quite okay, but I was really impressed with the way, especially how the AM is built and the AM bands are built. So yeah, I think it's time to move on to a next project and consider this one finished. I'm really pleased with the result. So if you are still watching and if you managed to follow all along until the end here, thanks a lot. And if you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, because then you will see me in my next video series on the next project that I'll be working on. So I'll hope to see you then. Take care. Bye bye.